what gives you the right to actually control
How?
somebody? Even God himself would be shocked that, are you sure this is my
Now
child?
me send you this
Do you
message.
get? Do you
No, do you
think
think female friendships are better than male
male
friendships?
friendships most of the
So
time
friendship breakups, they hurt. They hurt like a
really
bitch.
they are.
Hi,
Hi,
welcome
welcome
back
back
to
to
More
More
Than
Than
Giggles.
Giggles,
My name is Aduke.
and I'm Tayase.
Thank you so much for tuning into our fourth episode,
Yep.
right? We're so excited. We're pumped. We're happy to have you here. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've been showing us, for all your likes, your comments, your shares, your reposts, everything on YouTube, across all of our platforms.
Mhm.
We see everything. We see every single one of your comments, every single one of your posts, your engagements. Thank you so, so much. We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you so much. Like she said, we're so excited.
Yeah.
We'd also ask you to keep subscribing to our channel on YouTube. Also follow us on IG, Instagram at More Than Giggles, and on TikTok at MTG Pod. We'll be posting behind the scenes, some games that we play, and all of that things. Like I said, a vlog. We said in the last episode that a vlog is coming soon. So yeah, we're releasing a vlog very soon. We are trying to curate how it's going to be like. Whatever way it is, you would see by the time we post it. So it's going to be on our social media platforms, not necessarily on YouTube. We could also post it on YouTube. I think we would do that.
We would.
We would post it on YouTube. So we would like for you to share the link with your friends, let them subscribe, get into a conversation with it. Whenever you're free or you're trying to cook or
Yeah.
something, you could just play up the video and let us know what you think. Thank you so much for
We'd
the
love to
love.
yell your thoughts. Thank
Yep.
you.
So, and on that note, we'll be going to the next section. Like you already
Yeah.
know, is how was your week section. So, how was your week?
My week was very calm. There was nothing dramatic this week, just work, mostly work actually.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did a couple of reaching out to friends and family. Yeah, just normal checking. Oh, how are you
Okay.
doing? Get in touch. Then research as well. We've been doing a lot of research. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, for the podcast, for our normal 9 to 5 work. Yeah, we're doing okay. So my week was calm. Nothing spectacular. Or let me say nothing dramatic instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
Okay.
my week went.
Well, my week was interesting. Like I always
Mm.
say, it's like I'm a broken record at this point. My week was interesting. The
Yeah.
normal thing. I think I was home for most of it. Yeah, I think I stepped out, but then I was home for most of it. Also, my brother's birthday is coming up, so
Mm.
excited for that. And my own birthday is also coming up too, so
Yeah.
I'm excited. My birthday is going to be next week, so yeah, I'm super pumped for that. And then what else? That's it. Oh yeah, and my best friend, she eventually came.
Oh
Like
yes.
this, like I said, I mentioned in the last episode that she was coming, and I was looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
It was
She
fun
ended up
having her
coming
around.
with our sister,
Yeah.
yeah, and then the Mets blessing.
Yeah, it was fun having her around.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
was spooked when she saw my eyes. Like, "Oh, you're
I was
really
like,
tall.
you're really
I didn't
tall.
know
Like
you
you
were this tall."
predicted, she actually did that. And yeah, so we had
Yeah.
the longest conversation. We ate, she laughed. It was really fun having her around.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I believe that more of that will come soon. Yeah,
Mm.
plan like date nights and everybody will just get together and whatnot.
Mhm.
So yeah, looking forward to that.
Looks like you had a chill week.
Oh yeah, my week is always chilled.
Yeah,
But I
you're
think
like an unbroken streak,
yeah,
as
my
it
work is
is.
always chilled. I don't like to see. I've gotten to a point in my life where external factors do not affect how I
Yeah,
necessarily
kind of
feel.
like have a routine already.
Not necessarily a routine. It was just
Okay.
more in sense that as much as things happening in Nigeria, things happening in the country,
Mm-hmm.
I'm anchored to God. So I believe that I'm not supposed to live my life according to the realities of things that I'm seeing, but according to what God has said.
Mm.
So which means that whatever is going on in my week, no matter what's going on, I'm pretty chilled. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like calm, I'm centered. Even when I'm disorganized or like, oh my God, why is this not doing this? I still try to center myself in God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
good.
it
That's
makes it better.
amazing.
Mhm.
Well, in this week, is there any particular, you know, hot take that stood out to you? Anything that caught your eye that you'd want to share?
No, I don't think we'll be doing outtakes or
Okay.
yeah, what caught her
Well,
eye this week.
yeah,
Rather, we're
but
doing story of the
story
day.
of the day.
So yeah,
Well,
she would be reading the particular
yep,
story.
I found this particular story and I think it would
Put it
intrigue
up.
you as well. And this story was about a man.
She would just be reading the story.
Yeah,
Just read the story
let me just
exactly how
read
it
it
is.
how
Yeah.
it is. So it says, I have a friend who used to beat his girlfriends. Apparently, two of them experienced his hot temper and physical abuse. He has now been married for 3 years and he has never slapped his wife, not
Interesting.
even once. When I asked him if marriage had humbled him, he smiled and said, my hot temper is still there, but my wife is just a very sweet woman. He went ahead to say, whenever I'm angry and talking, she does not talk back. She listens quietly when I speak. When I'm yelling, she simply gets closer, hugs me, and lays her head on my shoulder. If I get angry and refuse to eat her food, she serves both of us and waits patiently until I'm ready to eat before she touches ours. He looked at me and concluded, marriage did not humble me. My lovely wife did it with her respect and submission.
Wow.
Above all, love God. Oh my God. I don't know if I managed to keep a straight face reading that, but what do you guys think? It is ridiculous to me. I find it very, very absurd. Toyosi, what do you think of this story? Because everything I read just now,
Can we start with the fact that it was in the first thing, like I said, I think we spoke in the last episode saying about your content that you have in you determines your action. So it had nothing to do with the woman being. So basically, she's putting like a sellotape on your temper for now. The day that your temper is going to rise above the threshold of that particular sellotape, you're going to finish her. You're
yeah,
literally going to beat her to a pulp. Actually,
yes,
so
because it's been pent up.
it's so bizarre to me how females, well, women in general, think that they can try to change any man by being more
Submissive.
submissive is not even the word. People use submissive so
I
wrong,
mean, that's the
which
word they
pisses me
used
off.
here.
Yeah, but that's not people. The fact that people make mistake in the usage of the word doesn't mean that that's
Yeah.
what it necessarily means.
No,
It's
it
not even being
doesn't.
submissive, being weak in a sense,
Yeah,
because
let me
that
put
is
it
just
that way.
weakness. That is not
Let me put it
submissiveness.
that way.
Submissiveness doesn't necessarily mean that you lose your voice, you lose everything that
Mm-mm.
makes you you, just
Mm-mm.
to plead to a man's ego or
Mm-hmm.
something to make his ego feel to make him feel better about himself. What
Mm-hmm.
about you? And that's not even what God asks of us to do as women. I think that people always try to forget the initial part of that
No, they only
particular
read that particular part
scripture, which says
that's
that submit
being.
unto one another, submit unto one another as to
Mm-hmm.
God. Before he says, "Why a husband love your wife as God loves the church." Do you think that God makes us to wait for him to, if he doesn't feed you, also you can't feed, because God is angry, he doesn't want to do something for you,
Oh
so
my
you have to come and
God.
hug God.
Oh my
As
God.
in,
You
when you
literally
think about
said.
these things, like when you look at as a Christian, because I'm a Christian, I'm going to speak
Oh
from my
my God.
perspective as a Christian. When you look at all these things, right, as it's laid out in the Bible, as the things that we're supposed to do, and you
Yeah.
see the things that God is asking these men to do, and you're seeing them doing exactly the opposite, like way absurd things that even God Himself would be shocked that, are you sure this is
Ah,
my
now
child?
me send you this
Do you
message.
get?
Are you sure
And
I
then
said
we
it?
women, we're always like, oh, let me love him more. It will make him
No,
better. What?
no, no.
You can't love somebody to love themselves.
Mm-mm.
You can't. There is no how you want to show, no amount of love that you can give to somebody will make them love themselves. Actually, you can see it's you receive God's love vertically, and dispense it horizontally. That means you have to have received love from God
Yeah.
already. See, God loves everybody.
Everyone.
But then, is it everybody that accepts the love? No. So that means you have to accept God's love,
Yeah.
love
You need to
yourself,
choose to
then
accept
now
that love.
transfer that particular love horizontally to every other person that you meet.
Mm-hmm.
So if it does, obviously it doesn't love
It
himself.
doesn't.
Number one. Two, why are you dating people and then you are beating them up, or you're in a relationship with people beating them up? What gives you the right to actually control
How?
somebody? And the rubbish that he was saying that whenever I'm
He
angry,
said when
she
I'm
doesn't talk back.
yelling,
When I'm yelling,
she simply hugs me.
why are
Abby
you shouting at
gets
somebody?
closer and hugs me.
Why are you
Elaine,
shouting on someone? What are
why are
you
you
doing?
yelling at your wife in the
As
first
in,
place?
it doesn't make sense. And the friend that is posting this, what was the purpose of this particular post?
I don't know.
Did you berate this person? Did you actually talk down to what he's doing? Did you try to correct him? That, and that's the thing I think men actually do not do for each other. They allow a lot of things to happen with their male friends.
They
They
literally
can,
know this is wrong.
this is wrong.
They
They're like, eh,
know.
it doesn't concern me.
They know
You
what
didn't do
they're
it to me.
doing, but they
Until the
just
person dates their sister.
yeah.
That's what you would ask. They were asking some a particular football person. I think
Oh, it
Stephen
was
Digg.
yeah.
Stephen Digg was in that particular team. I've forgotten the team, the
Oh,
football
okay.
team that they were asking that. Who would you not
Who would
let
you not let date
date
your
your sister?
sister?
And all of them knew the kind of people they would not let date their
Hi.
sisters. They know. But guess what? They would never say anything about it
They
because it
won't
doesn't affect
because it
me.
doesn't affect them.
Exactly. Because what is this?
But when it came down to it, when it came to their sister,
Uh,
their family, they knew to mention names of people they would
Jiggy.
not want
And
to be
in
seen around their sister.
2026, these are still the issues that we have to deal with as women. In 2026, men that cannot manage their emotions, all those men that will be
Later
feeling,
they'll say
I'm very
women are
logical,
emotional.
very logical. You're not. You're
No,
not. You're the
men
most
are the
emotional
most emotional
beings
beings that I've come across
ever in this
in
world.
my number of
So
years in this earth.
emotional. You will say something, they will start getting defensive. They say,
Or they
eh,
start becoming very, angry,
mm-hmm.
acting up, throwing tantrums,
As
being
in,
emo bitches, a lot of
oh
things.
no, please. I get tired. See, at this point, I think women stand up.
Oh my God.
Like
Pick yourself
stand,
up.
stand, stand the fuck up and
Yeah.
actually when see you're sitting down too much. You are
Mm-mm.
just sitting too much. Stand. Uh-uh. Someone will be doing something to you and you still be pandering to the person's excesses and just
No,
yeah,
no. Marriage
please.
did not humble me. My wife did it with
Mm.
respect and submission.
And also, see, this is also, I think this to an
Oh
extent is
my
a
God.
continuation of what we said in our last episode, which is
Oh
that
yeah, we did mention
people
it.
should heal before they get
Yeah.
into anything.
You.
Obviously, this person did not heal.
Mm-mm.
Because if you had healed yourself from
Mm-mm.
all this rubbish, you wouldn't have to start dealing with this. And see, things are always bound to happen. It takes a while for you to like hide something for so long,
Yeah.
and it gets to a time that the thing will bubble up. It will bubble up because if you don't deal with the root source of a problem, it will keep eating into everything that is being planted on that thing.
Yep.
Everything. So
I
yeah, that's
see.
all I have to say about that particular story
Well,
of the
let
day.
us know your thoughts about this
Let us know
story.
how you feel. What do you think? Because this is just based off us of
Yeah.
us. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So let
That's
us
what
know
we
how
have
you
to say.
think.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know how you think and whatnot. So now we're going to move into the deep dive.
Yep.
I know this particular episode is not going to be so long. It's going to be a very short episode, but then we're still going to talk deeply into this. We kind of delved into it a little bit in our second episode, episode 2, where we talked about friendships and
Yeah.
best friends and not calling everybody your friends and whatnot.
Oh
Now we're going
yeah.
to delve deeper. So the topic of today is friendships.
Friendship.
And the first thing we're going to be talking about is how hard it is to make friends as an adult. Actually, I had it also is to lose friends as an adult.
Yeah.
Friendship breakup.
Yeah.
Actually,
Friendship breakup.
sometimes friendship breakup is actually like harder than
It's
relationship
not like
breakup.
sometimes it is harder.
Like than relationship
It is
breakup because it
harder.
takes a whole lot of
It
you.
is harder because
And yeah, it's
most
actually
of most
harder.
of the time you've met your friends before you actually met your partner.
Most of the
So
time.
friendship breakups they hurt like a
Really,
bitch.
they are really odd.
They
And
hurt.
but that's not the main thing that we're going to be talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Also,
yeah.
in friendships, we're going to talk about the fact that people approach friendships with so much levity compared to how they approach relationships.
Yeah.
You would see in a situation where you are friends with somebody, and then so you've not done anything for that person in your life, but
Mhm.
suddenly you have a boyfriend, you want to buy everything in this world for this person.
Right. Right.
you
And I'm
want
I'm I'm
you
of
want to
the
please the person in
yeah.
every way possible. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying somebody that's been in your life is something you've not done for yourself,
Right.
you've not done for your friends, you've not done for your sister, you've not done for your
Your
parents,
family.
but you want to do it for a man that you are not
Mm-mm.
even sure in the next 2 3 months you
That
guys are
you'd
still
be
going to be
together.
talking.
And I'm of the school of thought that everything you do in your friendship should reflect or will reflect in your
That's how
relationship.
you are.
That's how it
You're
is.
just trying to pander to somebody's
Yes.
emotions at that particular point in time. But
Yes.
with time, your true color would
It will
show.
show.
It will show. See, you can paint it and
You can
paint
only
and paint.
perform for so
You
long.
can only perform for so long.
Yeah.
And I've seen situations where this happened. Also, we were talking about making friends as an adult. It's really, I would say it's difficult for people that are not intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because my best friend, I met her as an adult, and it's one of the most important friendships to me right now in my life. Right? Literally, she has been there for so many things. Like within this short time that we've been together, and I would say be together because we're actually together.
Mm-hmm.
We've experienced a whole lot of highs, a lot of lows actually. Maybe not a lot, but we've experienced some things that should break a friendship. But we're able to patch
Navigate
up
it.
and be able to talk about it. We had elbows. See, that's why a village and a community is good. Or you have somebody that you both respect that can talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
And we add that for both of us. And the person was able
Yeah.
to like mediate the entire
Yeah, like a middle ground
year and make us to be able to see things properly and be able to understand things
and
properly.
navigate
Yeah.
friendship
So
and
after
life.
that, it still took a while because when you have two people that have that opinionated, like I said, adults, we already have formed values,
Yeah,
formed
you're already
characters
your
already.
own person.
Yeah, so it's very hard for someone to just talk to you and just like, yes,
Yeah,
let me
turn
do it.
things around.
But yeah, it took a while for us to actually get back to it, and then um it felt so hard. I would not lie. As in, I've never in my years of dating people or being in
Mm-hmm.
relationships, I'm not even experienced like heartbreak that would make me to break down or anything. But that was like my first legit heartbreak when we were not
Oh
talking.
wow.
It was so hard for me because the first thing, if I want to talk about something, the first person I always think about is either my mom or her.
Mm-hmm.
Like just text something and whatnot and everything. And throughout that entire period, a lot of things were going on in my
Must
life.
have been very
I could
hard.
not talk to her about it.
Yeah, it's
And she's
like
like,
you had everything kept
yeah.
like
And so I would try to
piling
text,
up,
I would text her, I would start typing, and
and then
then
you
I would
delete
delete
everything.
it. and I
Oh
feel like it was more of ego in
my
a
god.
sense
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, I don't want to be the
I
one
don't
to
want to be the
text first.
first
I
person
don't
to
want to be
text.
the one I'm begging. I don't know. But at a
She
point,
was the
I
one that
decided
was
that
wrong. No, it's me.
yeah, at a point I decided that
Yeah.
all this does not matter. Let
Mm-hmm.
me like reach out and everything, and she was
Yeah.
receptive of that. And we talked, we built it back and strong again. So
Yeah.
it's really really sweet. And like I said, intentionality matters a lot because when I met her, I knew that. So prior to me meeting her, I've been praying for godly friendships
Yeah.
and intentional friendships. Friendships that are not male centered,
Mm-hmm.
friendships that are not what I can get from this person, but how much
Mm-hmm.
can I pour in into this person?
Yeah.
Basically, how can I help this person? How can I support this person? How can I love this person more? How can we navigate God together? How can we grow in the word of God together? That was basically what I was asking for. And
Yeah.
I got it. God literally answered my prayers. I always say that she's like an answered prayers to me literally. And she asked me out, yo. She asked me
Oh
out. She
please.
asked me, would you be my best friend? And I said, I'll think about it. Yes, she asked me out.
I mean, that's a classic answer, but I'm not even surprised. Like,
Yeah.
I'll think
But I was
about
just
it.
trying to like pull her legs and everything.
Yeah,
But
I
it was
know.
very, very, very interesting. And yeah, she's, like I said, one of the most important people in my life, literally. If you're counting,
That's
I don't even
good.
think yeah on the scale she's there. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and
interesting.
mhm.
That's we're talking about
What
female
about you?
friendships in this sense. So
No, it doesn't have to
friendship.
be female
Oh,
friendships.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. So female friendship generally have been a very interesting, um, topic for me. So I've experienced friendship outbreaks, and I'm also thankful for where I am right now, with my friends. And ah, when I was growing, or I would say maybe in my formative adult stages, I experienced some outbreaks, and I also did.
friendship at breaks. Okay.
Yeah, friendship outbreaks. Yeah, talking about friendship. So it taught me a lot, actually,
Yeah,
how how to re-strategize, be my own person. Like I said, as adults, or rather as she said, as adults, we tend to like um be more, I would say, I tend to be more skeptical, you get, in making friendship bonds, because now I've grown from that stage where I just used to be friends with everybody. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry was a friend. And now I choose my people more carefully. I'm more strategic about people I share, that bond with, people I make friendships with, genuine friendships.
yeah,
Um, it's just what I've noticed as adults. There is a lot of skepticism
that
in,
involved.
yeah, that are involved, and some sort of gauging, oh, is this person,
What's the end
yeah,
point?
what's the end
What's
point?
the play here?
Yeah,
That kind of thing.
exactly. Like, do I want to be attached to this person? Do I want to be vulnerable with this person? Can I be vulnerable with this person? You're already
Yeah,
your own person, you already have your own values, you already
everyone
have
values and
certain
everything
things.
that you do.
Exactly. So friendship has been good for me, because right now my friends have been a very important part of my life. Like I don't play about my friends, and they don't play about me either. I don't want to mention their names because I kind of freak out. But yeah.
Oh no, we're not mentioning names.
Yeah,
You
we're
don't
not
have to.
mentioning it. But I really love my friends, and they've been holding me down, especially since moving, and relocating to a new city by myself. It's been a lot of how are you doing? How are you really doing? When they ask me that question, how are you really doing?
Not just the typical
Yeah, not just
general.
the, I know when my friends ask me, how are you doing? They actually mean, how are you really doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
then in that case, I don't just say, oh, I'm fine, I'm all right. I actually tell them, like, oh, Mom, I cried yesterday. Oh, I cried this morning. Oh, what happened? Then, we talk about things. I get vulnerable with my friends. I share, what's going on in my life. If I, when I lost my job, I told my friends, when I was in a stage where I was, just sending out applications, how is it going? They send me applications, they send me job offers, they see
Recommendations
recommendations, all of that. It just goes to show how much I, value them, and how they value me, how
too.
much value I place in our friendships. You
But how
understand?
hard was it? You making
Oh,
friends as an adult?
mm,
Was it easy for
making,
you or was it hard?
hmm, it wasn't easy. You understand? Seeing as I already had heartbreaks, you
Okay.
understand, I was more careful. Let me put it that way. I was more skeptical in how I opened up to people, how I attach myself to people. And around that time, I'll just be like, oh, you're not really my friend. I know you're not my friend. You get like, but
Yeah.
let's just be there. But over time, when I actually see that I like this person, I value this person, I want this person in my life,
Mhm.
and I want this person to be in my corner. You
Yeah.
understand? Then it goes beyond just, oh, we're just guys. At
Yeah.
that
It goes
point,
beyond
yeah,
that.
it goes beyond, we are just guys. At that point, commitment starts coming into place. I even yes, I just become committed to this person. I tend to, want to be a part of their life, actively be a
Mm-hmm.
part of their life. So I wouldn't say it was hard. I would just say it was you know, so
Dicey.
yeah, it was dicey. Let me put it that way. Yeah,
Okay.
it was dicey. It wasn't hard, but it was dicey.
Okay, like I
Mm.
said, intentionality matters a lot to me. So
Yeah.
as somebody that is intentional about things that I do, all my friends are actually unpicked. Like I intentionally picked them to be in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I have friends, like I said, when we spoke episode 2
Mm-hmm.
and she was talking about close friends, there's nothing like close friends. As friends, you're supposed to be close. So I don't think I have actual
I'm very
friends.
sure some people would disagree with that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think I have actual friends in my life that
Yeah.
our values do not align.
Mm-hmm.
In one sense, it means that my values are as a Christian actually, because
Mm-hmm.
my core is God.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I do is God. So whatever friend that is going to be coming into my
Has
life
to be a
must
Christian.
have that same value. Not
Mm-hmm.
just have to be Christian, no, must have that same value.
Yeah. Just be a
Literally,
believer.
because without it, it can't work. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
conversations we're going to be having is going to be hard for you to relate or follow through.
Yeah.
Because if you're somebody that is devoid of religion or you don't necessarily like to talk about God, it's going to be hard to talk to me because you just be wondering, what's this one? You're doing too much and everything. So I had
Yeah.
to, and I wanted, my pastor always say this thing that the watch what you listen to,
Yeah.
literally what you listen to, like unintentionally
What you
informs your
consume.
your decision over
Yeah.
time, because it's like it's you would notice. Let me give an example. There's some people that have never played a particular music in their life before, but
Yeah.
they've been hearing it when they pass by a store,
Mm-hmm.
they go to a lounge. With
Yeah.
time they would know the entire lyrics, and this is
Yes.
something they never learned. So that means that subconsciously your brain picks up on these things, and
Yeah.
with time, with consistent or constant listening to that
Yeah.
particular thing or being exposed to that thing,
Yeah.
you would your brain will start rationalizing it for you. Before you know what's happening, you will start doing it. So you
Yeah.
have to be very careful of the people that are
Yeah.
around you, the people that you place, that your
Yeah.
friends,
My pastor says
so
guard
that,
your heart.
yeah, God,
That's what
even
he
the
says.
Bible actually says guard your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very important the kind of friends that you have in your life.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about this whole topic around friendships and everything, we asked a particular question: are female friendships deeper than male friendships? Of course,
Hmm.
we're females, so we had
Yeah.
to ask the males in our lives, right?
Yeah.
That
So
we
it's
are
not a
both close
one-sided
to.
thing.
The people that we asked were people that we're both close to,
Mm-hmm.
and that had, and interestingly enough, the people that we asked had different views on
Yeah.
this particular topic.
Diverse view
One
actually.
person said that, oh yes, female friendships are deeper than male friendships. Another person
Mm-hmm.
said, no, male friendships are deeper.
Yeah.
Although the person actually contradicted himself when he was talking, but at the end of the day, he corrected himself and was like, oh, he didn't mean it that way. That men just don't necessarily need to know like
Like all
the
the
all the
personal.
parts about you, all the
Yeah.
information about you, because before they're friends.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about that, when that person mentioned that, in my head I'm like, so that begs the question that if you don't know every part about this person, so how do you talk about depth? Because depth
Yeah.
actually connotes that it's that is like
It's beyond the
is
surface.
beyond the surface. So
Yeah.
if you don't know a lot of things about this person, you don't know the important details of where the
Mm-hmm.
person comes from, what the person did, and
Yeah.
everything. So
This
how do
person's
you
favorite
gauge
food.
the depth of this particular
Yeah.
friendship? I get that males can make friends easily, but women actually make genuine friendships
Genuine friendship.
from my own experience. And I'm not talking about females that are just like friends after like 2 months, they are not friends
Mm-mm.
again. No,
Mm-mm.
that's not friendship. Friendship over time, you go through a lot of hurts, you go through a whole lot of things like disagreements and whatnot, and you
Mm-hmm.
guys come back on top, right?
Yeah.
The point is for you to always make up and actually fight well, not
Yeah.
fight to part ways. Like
Mm-mm.
you fight to make sure that things
To
are still in place.
resolve
Yeah.
to a resolution.
So females that actually enter into intentional friendships, they do so well.
Yeah.
Delicious Food and Mujibade,
Yes.
they became friends in their adulthood, and their
Yeah.
friendship is actually lasting over time. And I know this because they did a
There
podcast
are
about
lots
it
of, yeah,
and
there are
they talked
lots of
about it.
examples of female friendships that are doing
Exactly.
very
Both of
well.
us We
Very
became
well.
friends as adults, not we've
Yes.
not known each other for a while or anything. And we are
Yeah.
actually better friends than some people that have met each other in a while.
Yeah.
I also asked a particular question, and the last person that we spoke to mentioned things about it depends on the it depends on some certain things rather, like male friendships tends to, the lesser the problems, I mean the lesser
Yeah, yeah.
the,
Like maybe financial
no,
dispute.
the lesser the I think you mentioned something about the lesser the complication, the better the
Yeah.
friendship. And
Yeah.
also female, the friendship tends to like grow with maybe not so much communication but less financial disputes. The more
Yeah.
things you have in common, the more it is for you to be
Yeah,
friends with the
yeah, yeah. I
person.
remember you
So
mentioned that.
yeah, it was talking about the fact that, let's say for example, you have like a basketball person,
Yeah, so
you
maybe you
met
guys
during
play ball
basketball, with time that
together,
you guys continue to play
you bond
basketball,
over,
over time you keep
then you
bonding
eventually talk about
other
things.
things and whatnot. Although he
Yeah.
mentioned that selected few people in his life that, and I know selected people in his life that he gets vulnerable with, which also answers the question we asked: are female friendships deeper than
Deeper
male
than male
friendships?
friendship.
It answers that question, which means that the so-called friends that you're forming through basketball,
Through
whatever
basketball, they
shared
are not
shared
actually, yeah.
activities,
Mm-hmm.
they're not actually deep.
They are not different. They are not
Yeah,
deep
they're not
bonds.
deep
The bonds are
bonds.
not deep.
And I think Abukar and Banky spoke about this in on their podcast when they were saying something about the fact that men don't necessarily open up.
Yeah.
They're not vulnerable. Even with people that they've grown up with for a long
Mm-hmm.
time, it takes a lot for them to like open up and
To
say, "This
get
is what I'm going
very
through."
vulnerable.
And men don't hold each other accountable. They
They
let a lot
don't
of things
actually. They
slide.
let a lot of things
So
like
because of
they
that, it's
allow
very
it
hard for you to form
to
this
actually
deep
call someone to
to
order.
other,
Yeah.
or explore this deep connection because
Yeah,
you
because you've
don't
been
want.
deceiving yourself on the
It's so,
surface.
yeah, it's so like it's fine, Jerry. And you know how guys
You
always
know
say this thing,
really, you
it's
know
not
really,
that
you
deep,
know really
it's not
deep.
that deep, it's
Exactly.
not that deep.
It is that deep
It
if the
is
person is
deep,
your friend.
actually. It
It
is
is
that
deep.
deep. So the fact that you don't think it is doesn't mean that it's not. To the
Yeah.
person, it is. Perspective matters. So
It
with all
does.
that, it just begs the question that I would love for you guys to actually answer that question.
Yes, let us
Do you
know. Do you
think
think female friendships are better than male
male
friendships?
friendships? And I would love to actually hear from the guys. How do you become friends with somebody, or how
Mm-hmm.
did you become friends with your best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the friends that
The
you have in your life,
trajectory of your
how
friendship,
did they
basically.
come into play? What
Yeah.
happened? And are you guys vulnerable? As guys never
Did
actually cried with each other? Do guys
I
cry
don't think
in each other's
I
presence?
I wouldn't know. Maybe we should hear from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my own friends have cried with me, so I
Male
don't know.
friends?
Yeah, both male and
Okay.
female.
Like no, I'm talking about male
Like
friends. Have they cried?
male
Male
friends.
male
Well,
friends.
I
Have they
wouldn't
cried with each
know.
other?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
like one of the persons I was spoke to mentioned something about for guys to actually have deeper friendships, they have to open up, they
Mm-hmm.
have to communicate. And he also said proximity actually helps because the more you
Yeah.
are in a similar space with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
the faster and easier it is for you guys to bond. Also, in that particular sense, also, I would say proximity sometimes do not matter because there are people
Yeah.
that I'm
Actually.
not so far from that I can actually
Mm-hmm.
see anytime, but I'm still not friends with.
Exactly. You still choose not to be friends with them.
Yeah, so intentionality matters, like I
Yeah,
said.
it
But then
does.
with the ones that you are close with, you have to actually make time for the person. You have to consistently actually communicate. Now, the communication might not be everyday communication, but it's a communication in a case where you know that you guys are there for each other. You guys can call each other
Mm-hmm.
like a weekly check-in to see, because I don't understand the concept of going months without talking to your so-called friend, and you think you guys are still friends.
Mm-hmm.
At that point in time, you guys are just acquaintances.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't mean that you guys are not,
So
you don't like each other. It
yeah.
just means that you don't, I would say, value it enough to make
Hmm.
it a weekly thing.
I
Because
wouldn't say that.
okay, why? Because you do it.
No, no, no.
Exactly. You of course see when you do
No,
something,
no,
it's hard for you
no,
to agree to the other part of
no.
it.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you do it,
Please.
you do it.
So no,
Okay.
no. I've just seen, and I've seen people talk about, relationships, or would I say friendships, where they have low maintenance friendships, and
That's for the fact that it is low maintenance. Does they see? Oh my
you
God,
did not let
we're
me
not going
finish
to. No,
up.
no, no. We're not going to actually talk about
You
this
did
because
not
we
let me
cannot
finish
finish
up.
it
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah. I
Because
guess
that is
there'll
why I'm
be,
trying to like cut it off and
yeah,
everything. Because you cannot say low maintenance friendship
yeah.
and then you talked about not everybody is your friend last week. That is in
I'm not
direct
talking about
contradiction.
myself.
You don't get my point. That is in direct
Oh, okay,
contradiction
okay.
with your point.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I've seen people talk about things like this.
Exactly.
Really.
But then that's what I'm saying. Doesn't mean that person is your friend. Relationship requires maintenance.
I know.
Exactly. So there's nothing like low maintenance,
I
high
know.
maintenance
I'm just saying,
friendships.
like, people actually say they have low maintenance friends
That
that,
yeah, I
oh, okay,
know.
they don't necessarily have to like stay in contact, say every week. Say maybe sometimes once in a month, they're good with it. And I'm like, okay, if you're in connection with this person, say maybe just once in a month, how do you gauge your friendship level? Like how do you still consider this person your
Your
friend,
friend.
compared to someone that you talk to every single week, or say maybe nearly every 2 days? You understand?
Okay.
How do you gauge it in comparison to that? That was what I was trying to
Yeah,
bring
but then
out.
yeah, I get that. You're literally buttressing my own point, which
Mm-hmm.
says that I don't understand the concept of going like months without talking to your
Yeah,
friends.
that was what I was trying
Because
to bring out.
as much as I understand that people go through stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is friendship is not friendship when it's just good.
Yeah.
It's also friendship when it's not good. That means even if the person doesn't want to reach out because of a whole lot of things that are going on, you can still check in. I have a friend that had to relocate and he had big checks in because of a whole lot of things that he does. But then I make sure that I reach out to this particular person every week. Even if it doesn't respond, you would know that okay, this person still has me in mind. This person, it's just like an anchor to pull them back that
Mm-hmm.
somebody still has
Basically,
you.
it's on both parties to actually check in. It doesn't have to be like,
Yeah, but that in situations
yeah,
where the other person is going through
yeah.
stuff
That's what I'm
and
saying.
you can be there for
You
the
can be
person,
there for the
that
person. You can be
is
the one
your
checking in.
yeah, you should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because even in relationships, friendship is also in relationship.
Mm-hmm.
In relationships, right? Not one person can give the entire 100%.
Yeah.
That means that days where you have 80, I'll have
Yeah, I have
20.
20,
That
and there's
days
some
when you
days
have
where
70, 70. And that
exactly.
days when we'll be on a 100,
Yes, and there are
right?
some days that both of us don't actually have the strength
Exactly.
and
But
energy
you
to
still make
engage.
you
But you
still
still
make
try
the
to make
effort to
efforts.
do something. Even if it's just, hey, I'm going through a lot, but then I would let you know, I'll call you or we'll talk later about it. Or when I'm comfortable enough to talk, I would talk about it.
Yeah.
Something. Just communicate. Like we always emphasize,
Communicate.
communication is necessary for every relationship
Every
to
type of
thrive.
relationship,
It is.
communication is very necessary.
Yeah. Like I said, we'd love to hear your thoughts about this. We'd love to hear what you have to say. We'd love to hear the kind of friendships you've been in. We'd love to hear how you've been managing your female friendships, your male friendships, and everything. How you've been able to like set boundaries with all these particular kind of things.
Yeah.
And yeah, let us know how you're able to become friends with your friends. The things that you guys have gone through, the things that you scaled through, and what is still making you guys stand? What is the value,
Yeah.
the anchor that holds
That
both
holds
of
your
you
friendship.
together?
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of friendship do you even want? I don't think people know the kind of friendship that they want. So it's
Right.
becoming a problem. So because of that, I think that is leading to a whole lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said, this episode is not going to be long because
Yeah,
we're
it's
not
just a
trying to
quick
like
one.
take you guys time away
Mm-hmm.
from whatever things that you're doing. So it brings us to the end of
End of
this
this
particular
episode.
episode.
Thank
Yeah.
you. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.